You'd never know I brushed my hair this morning. Oh well. It is what it is. Let me see here. My chair's a little bit too far away. Oh, I guess that's not too bad. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that can help my hair. Oh well. Put a hat on maybe. uh Speaking of hat, where's my hat? Oh well. Well, a few minutes ago it was dark and it was getting darker. I said, "Are we going to have rain?" It was supposed to be a rainy day today. We did end up having um, some rain this morning, and I could hear it going into the gutters and hear it going into the tanks. Um, we didn't get very much though. I don't know if we're going to get any more today or not. We can use it now. My my big tank by the barn is um, about 2/3 to 3/4 full. Um, I have rigged up a hose. I got the you saw in my short that my plumbing is together. Okay, so I can't put the underground pipe water line connected yet, but because I'm still digging the trench. That is work, I'll tell you. But I had a hose that had one end cut off. It's not a great hose, but I figured, well, it will fit on that fitting, and it did. And I put the hose clamp on it. Um, I've been able to use that. It won't reach all the way down to the water trough, but um, I can fill the barrel that's underneath the leak of the gutter. Um, I fill that barrel, and then I shut the valve off, and and that gives me water. I can lug buckets down to the water trough, and they've been getting enough water. Um, the goats, they have the water, their barrels filled up the last decent rain that we had. Um, we're still on the light side for rain around here. We are getting a little, but not a lot. But it is, my barrels are doing their job. They're filling up. I still got more barrels I want to set up to collect rain, but right now it is what it is. Um, Debating on, because this IBC tote back in this corner, it doesn't get a lot of rain runoff. Um, it's just the way that the gutters are hung. It gets the least amount of runoff, and I'm debating on whether or not to move that to the opposite corner, because that also gets runoff from the porch roof. Um, and if I do that, then that would give me more storage for that corner, and then maybe to put the barrels here. But then I got to thinking, um, I'm hoping a guy's supposed to be calling me tomorrow to set up the time to come out and look at the where I want to put a back porch. Okay. He did say he doesn't think he'll be able to get it done before Christmas. So, I'll just take what I can get. The sooner I can get that back porch built, the better. So anyway, he's supposed to be calling me tomorrow. Hopefully he does. The thing is now that with the time change and the shorter days, if he's working, he's not going to be able to see much. I mean, I do have a light out there, but it's not the best. So I need to clean up back here, rearrange some things, but so he can get in there and see what I want to have done. But if he can get that done, get the back porch done, then I'll put the gutters at the back of that porch, and that can feed that particular IBC tote, and that should give us plenty of water. And if I can get another IBC tote, I might um, daisy chain them together. Um, you know, it doesn't hurt to have extra storage for water, does it? So, and as a matter of fact, it probably would be good. It would probably look better if I put the IBC tote on the other side of the porch, um, away from the driveway. I kind of want to clean things up around here so it looks a little bit better, you know. I mean, I realize I'm living in a construction zone, but you know, still, I would really like to get things cleaned up a little bit around here. So, yeah, I think maybe if I put the IBC totes on the opposite side, I don't know. Have to see how that goes. Hey, Stringfield Ridge. Oh, hopefully you're having something good. I didn't have much. I somebody had given us some rolls, and I think they were homemade rolls, and I didn't have any lunch meat in the crisper, so I took a thing of lunch meat out of the freezer, but you know it wasn't thawed out, so I just had a roll for lunch. Not the best lunch, but I just didn't feel like making it a sandwich, and you know it was okay. It just wasn't as good as I remembered it. So, but anyway, yeah. So I got time to figure that out. Blueberries and yogurt. Ooh, not great. Just quick. Hey, it's better than just a roll with butter on it. I mean, I haven't done that in a good long while. And it's just like it sounded good when I was putting it together. You know, just lathering the butter on the roll. That was it. Um, but it just wasn't as good as I remembered it. So, oh well. It'll tide me over till dinner. I haven't even figured out what we're doing for dinner. Probably leftovers. I don't know. I got to figure that out. It's just been a little bit crazy. So, but yeah. So I am going to be putting a light in the pantry. You guys remember this kind of thing? Just a simple light socket with a pull string. That's what I'm putting in my pantry. I checked the outlet over here right now. This is that's a switch that controls the outlet down here. Um, and that's what the light that I the lamp that I was using is plugged into. Well, um, I traced the wires. I had to take one of my boards off my wall upstairs to see where the wires went. Okay, because I had to make sure that I changed the right wire. Okay, um, I think I can just simply take the outlet out completely and replace the switch with the outlet. And I found some wire that I can run. I can't find my roll of the yellow insulated wire, but I found some white insulated wire. I mean, it's still solid copper, but it's like the roll of wire I found is like ages old. It seems to me, I think my father left it at my place up in New Jersey when he put an outlet in for me in the basement for the dryer to put a dryer plug in for me. Exactly what is in our pantry. Yeah. Um, don't pull too hard. I have broke the string many times. You know what? I was looking at that and it's like they used to be a chain. You know, they used to have an actual chain coming all the way down. So I may look into that, and I think that maybe a chain might last a little bit longer, might be a little bit more durable. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, it's not gonna. I don't think it's. I won't be using it that much. I mean, hopefully, if my plants work out, this is going to be a barn style type door. It's going to be a sliding door. Um, Not looking exactly like a barn door because I kind of want it to be indiscreet. Um, but it's going to be very thin, very lightweight door because it's just a pantry. It's nothing special. So, but anyway, I gotta do some wiring. I did figure out which circuit breaker is for that area. So, and it just feeds this outlet here and the outlet right here by the desk that you're sitting on. And those are the only two outlets that it appears it affects. It's just these two. So that's good because once I get the light over there and I get that outlet put up um, where that switch box is, make that change, then I'm going to finish that wall, and that's where the refrigerator is going to go. I'm going to move the refrigerator over there, and that's going to open this whole area up right here. Um, and then I can put my drop leaf table right here. That is part of this desk. It's an IKEA desk. Um, I really should do a video showing what it looks like. But right now it's kind of all haphazard because I've got my tools all up in here. I think every single one of my tools is in here, my Ryobi tools, sitting here because I got different jobs that I need them for. I got my Sawzall. I got my new grinder, not the angle grinder. Oh man, this sucker is heavy. So anyway, I need to replace the handles on a couple of shovels, and I needed to grind the hello Mercy. I needed to grind the rivet off of it so I can get the old handle pieces out and get the new handle in. So oh, you're gonna ignore me, are you, Mercy? Okay, fine. So so I needed that because my old grinder was dangerous. And it was corded, so I was kind of limited where I could go and use it. This one, I can use it anywheres. And so I got the grinding disc came with it, and I can probably use that to get those rivets out of those handle blades. I mean, the shovel blades, so I get the handles on. But what I also needed it for was I have a metal barrel out here that I want to cut open and use as a burn barrel because I have got so much cardboard to just burn. I mean, if I took it to the dump, I wouldn't have room in my truck for anything else, just the cardboard. So it's like I can burn it, but I didn't with as tinder dry as everything was, even though we did have a little bit of rain this morning. It's like I didn't want to like just burn it in a pile on the ground. It'd be much safer as I could just burn a little bit in the barrel, because then it'll be less danger of sparks and things blowing around. So, so I thought I had some cutting wheels, but I didn't. I have one on the old grinder, but it's been used, so therefore it's not a full cutting wheel. So I went and ordered more cutting wheels off of Amazon. I found a good deal. I think it was like 52 wheels. I think, and it's like I don't remember how much I paid. About $25, something like that. I don't remember, but it was an affordable price. So we'll see how they do. They had good reviews, so it's like 52 wheels. Okay, that might be enough. So I just need to cut the top off. That's all. So once I cut the top off, and I'll drill a few holes in it, and then I can start burning this cardboard and get it out of here. It's like everything is such a mess out there right now. I've got a bunch of it outside, and I got some still in the house. And it's like I got stuff upstairs that is empty or almost empty. It's like I'm gradually getting things unboxed, but then I got the boxes I got to deal with. So hopefully Tuesday, election day, my wheels will be here. So anyway, yes, I will be voting on election day, and I hope that you will be too. It's a very important election, and I will be casting my vote on election day. It's kind of I never understood the early voting. Never understood that, but what can I say? Anyway, so I've been gradually getting things unboxed and put away. I'm hoping once I get that trench dug out, I'll tell you, it's taken me a long time to get that trench dug. But it's backbreaking work, and it's just I've gotten now to where I'm at the tree roots, and of course it's the mulberry tree that's the roots that's going through there. It's like I hope that I don't damage, the tree roots so bad that it kills the tree. I don't want to kill the tree. Of course, the tree's not the healthiest because it already lost a branch, so it's got a wound on its side. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope it doesn't kill it. But I got to get the water line buried. That's, I really can't afford to have it freeze up this winter. So, um, but anyway, I was planning on working on this light today because it was supposed to be a rainy day. So I'm seeing blue sky. And if it's a nice day out, then I feel like I need to be out there digging a trench. So little by little, I'm getting it. And save this project for a rainy day. Um, but it shouldn't really take me that long to do it. It's just a matter of getting in there and getting it done. Um, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing I'm not sure of, the only thing is that it only has 2 screws in it. So I'm assuming that the grounding wire is supposed to be attached to the metal box that I got to put this in on. They didn't have plastic boxes; they only had the metal. So I guess I attached the grounding wire to that. Um, I'm assuming these needs a grounding wire. I don't know. If anybody has any knowledge of electrical stuff, let me know, because this will be the first thing that I've ever put in that does not have a place for a grounding wire to be attached to. And there's nothing here that says anything about a grounding wire. There's no place to attach another wire that I can see. So there's nothing labeled grounding wire. And what do you want to bet that this thing is made in China? Use number 14 solid wire only. So I don't know what number 14 is. Yep, China. Yep. So isn't that a surprise? So anyway, that shouldn't take me too long to get that done. Of course, who knows? Now that the time has changed, it'll be getting dark earlier. So that means I won't be doing as much stuff outside. Show it again. Lee is looking. Okay. Lee. Okay. It only has a place for 2 wires. So I know that's for the white wire and that's for the black wire, I believe. That's the brass, the hot, and that's the silver. So there's no place for a grounding wire. Now I have a metal box that this goes up into, that the wire feeds into. I'm assuming that I will connect the grounding wire to the metal box. That's the only thing I can figure. So let me know if I'm right. I mean, I know it seems to me that when my father did something where there was a grounding wire and there wasn't anything, that he connected it to something other than whatever it was that he was putting in. So anyway, it's a pretty simple thing, It's not like we're not talking major voltage going through here, It'll have an LED bulb in it, and I think it's equivalent to a 60 watt, I think, LED. So you're talking low voltage. I mean, it only has to put enough light in that little tiny room there. So pretty simple. I think usually they're like a 40 or 60 watt. So and it'll be an LED. So we're not going to have any kind of major thing going through there. And so with the refrigerator on the same circuit as this one outlet, I think that the electrician, when he wired our place, he said something about the refrigerator is supposed to be on its own circuit. Only have 2 wires for that kind. White is grounding. White is grounding? Don't confuse me. Well, what do you do? The wire that I have, it's got 3 wires in it. It's got the white, the black, and then of course the bare copper, which is the grounding wire. So the white and the black, what do I do? I could have sworn that the silver was the white and the brass was the black. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. Cut off the copper? Cut off the plain copper? Okay, so I don't run the grounding wire from the outlet through to the to where I'm putting this thing. I'll just run 2 wires through. Or do I just have to leave the copper wire in the jacket and just not fasten it? I don't know if I'm making myself clear. Maybe I'm making more of it correct. Okay. So take the plain copper wire completely out of the. It's just gonna be a short length of wiring. I don't even think it's 6 feet. I think is what I figured out. Less than 6 feet. I know it's less than 6 feet. Maybe 4, 5 at the most. So just don't fasten it. Oh, okay. Well, that just not fastening it would be easier than trying to pull it through the jacket. Okay. All right. And nothing will blow up. My house won't catch on fire and we'll be good, right? Okay. All right. I think I can do that. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Let's not complicate it more than it already is. I really don't know which is worse for me up here. Okay, he said that's how ours is. The white is also grounding. Okay. If he says so. It's like between electrical and plumbing. I'm not sure which one is worse for me. I mean, if it's simple, okay, A to A, B to B, I can handle that. Okay, but when you have to figure out circuits and stuff like this, it's like, okay, it's rough. I can handle, like when I put in the outlet for the pump, I just it was straightforward. A hole through the wall, wire goes from that hole up to the electrical box. Simple. Okay, one outlet, one connection, basically, because it tells you where to put the different wires in the electrical box. So that was simple. I didn't have to worry about connecting anything. Upstairs, the outlets I added was a little bit different. I've got the outlets on that side on one series and the outlets on this side on another series. So that's 2 circuits, and they come down and go into the electrical box. So I added 3 circuit breakers, 2 for upstairs on both sides, and 1 for just the pump. I have the pump on its own circuit, and it'll not just run the pump, but it's because it's a double socket. I figure I can put a heat lamp in there or a small heater of some kind in there, so that I don't have to worry about the pump freezing. I got to make sure that when I get the pump house done, I got to make sure it's insulated well. So I'm glad that Lee was handy to look at that. So because I was like, I wasn't sure. I was just going to connect the copper wire to the metal box, but that's even simpler. Just completely ignoring it, cutting it out of my way, and yeah, much simpler. So it shouldn't take me long to do that. I said I found this old wire that my father left behind. It's a white jacket rather than a yellow jacket. So I'm hoping it should be okay for whatever that is. Um, but yeah, I think hopefully that will be the last bit of electrical work I need to do in this place. Um, because I'm not adding any more circuit breakers to the electrical box. I think I've got room for a couple more, but I don't want to have to take the wall down to fish a wire in, you know. Um, I guess it's a possibility that when we get the back porch done, I could possibly run some outlets out there. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I don't want to have to put any more wiring into that electrical box because it's just nerve wracking. You know, it's very nerve wracking. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, never say never, right? Never say never. So, so anyway, once I get that done, once I get the that mess down below by the barn straightened out, I'll tell you, then I'm hoping I can get started on this kitchen. Well, it will be kind of started with because I'll have the refrigerator out of my way. But I'm thinking I've got this table back here that the Sharon's left for me um, that I think I can set up in here, and I can use that as my flat surface for building the shelf that the sink is going to be sitting on. Once I have that shelf built and installed, then I can focus on the plumbing. That shelf is what needs to be done once I get the refrigerator over here. And then I can get into the plumbing. I'll tell you, I'm hoping I can figure out how to do this thing right because I am, plumbing pieces. You got to have it figured out right, because I'm taking water from the two daisy chained IBC totes that are one stacked on top of the other, and I think I need to completely redo how I've got them daisy chained together because I got them just together with PVC, and the guy at Lowe's said the PVC is toxic and should not be used for drinking water. Okay, well, I mean, it's just that little bit, but I think I want to make it smaller. Right now, it's a pretty good size pipe, and I think I want to um, make it smaller so that it feeds into the pump better. And I've got to set up too. I've got to set up for for filters. Right now I've got one spin filter and I've got another filter, and I don't know if I need a third filter or not. Um, I have my Alexa Pure that I can use to filter for drinking water. Um, and so I can just fill that up from the sink, and that'll be a lot easier. Um, so that I think that maybe there's just the two filters would be sufficient for just washing water, um, for just cleaning up and whatnot. That's what I'm thinking. But what do I know? I know very little about plumbing, and I've been having a fun time trying to sort through all that. It's really hard to find a comprehensive how to on these rainwater catchment systems. It's like they don't really explain uh, with a lot of detail. Okay, like there are different places that have the rainwater catchment as their main water source. I mean, Australia, a lot of places do, and but I just have not found, and I've done the searches. I just have not found an easy to understand, comprehensive how to, what you need, how to set up your rainwater catchment. I don't have a first flush on any of my rainwater catchment systems. It all goes directly into the tank. Um, so, and that's because, especially for here, it's because I can't handle the height and the location where I have it. Um, it's just very difficult for me to get up there and work on it. It's just too high. So I just figure, well, if I put the filters on between, well, the spin filter goes on between the tanks and the pump. That I know. So I've got that. And then the other filter is for between the pump and the house. And I've just got to figure out how that is going to get set up. I got to do some planning. And I've got limited space in there, so hopefully I can do it without screwing it up. And hopefully I allow myself enough space. Thankfully, our temperatures are not going to get bad anytime soon. It looks like um, we might have a few nights here and there that's below freezing, but it's not going to be that bad. And by the time I get to this point where I actually get plumbing coming in here, I'll have several heat lamps and bulbs I can set up and put in there and plug in, so that will be, the pump will stay above freezing. I know people don't like heat lamps, but it's what I've got. Um, right now, we've had several space heaters since we've been here, but they've all died but the one. And I keep that in the living room because it's the furthest point away from the wood stove. And sometimes you just need that little bit extra. And once the wood stove gets, generating good heat, then we don't need the electric heater so much, and I'll turn that off. But yeah, that's so that's what I've got going on in my head. Um, the Between the electrical and the plumbing, what I really want to do is I would really much rather be working with wood because it's glue, nails, and screws. I can handle that. It's a physical object right here. And I really want to start making some bins and stuff for organizing my shelving unit here, because I've got uh, this is going to be my office, okay, where I'm going to have farm stuff that I need to keep track of. And I don't know, I am missing my record book for my goats. I thought I had it up here and I'm not seeing it. So unless it's hiding on the very top shelf, and I'm short, so I can't see it. I thought I had it handy, but I'll have to take a look again. So, but anyway, I really want to start getting into building some things for organizing, and I need to build some bins. I need more organization. I'll tell you, it's an ongoing battle, isn't it? Oh, I keep I keep looking at these bins that they have at the Dollar General. Okay, the different shapes and sizes and materials and whatnot. It's like, would that work? Not quite. It's not quite the right size. Not quite the right dimensions. Not quite the right shape. It's like I just need to build something. I just need some little wooden bins made out of pallet wood. And I can make them size and shape that I need, and with dividers if I need dividers. Because I need a place to put pens and pencils and paper clips and whatever other odds and ends, that I have need for. So, you know, and I just haven't found quite what I want in the prefab kind of stuff that's pre-made. So build my own, I guess. Um, and I need the dresser that I did a video on a couple years ago, putting together one of those prefab dressers with the fabric drawers. My cats have totally destroyed mine. They think it's a good thing to get up there and claw on my dresser drawers to get me up in the morning. So they've completely destroyed at least two, if not three, of the dresser drawers. So I need to build dresser drawers for that little dresser. The frame is good. The frame is good and solid, but the drawers are shot. I've got to run out to visit my mom. Okay, I will try to watch the rest later. Okay, well, I probably won't be on here much longer anyway. So, thanks for stopping in, Teresa, and thank you for helping. Thank Lee for me. Understand about the cats? Yes. Oh, I tell you. So, and of course, they only bother me. They don't bother my husband. So, guess they know who feeds them. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, it's crazy. I also ordered. I have a clock that has cowboy boots on it. It's a plate clock, and the clock mechanism is shot. It won't work even with a new battery. So I ordered a new mechanism for the back of it so that I can replace. So I have that working. Uh, I haven't got everything in the way of personal stuff unpacked yet. I'm still working on it. It felt so good to get the pictures unpacked and hung on the walls, and a few other little things. I just brought down a couple of my books this morning, and added them to the shelf in the living room. Just little things like that. Just kind of helps to make things a home. I've got cookbooks up here on this shelf here because that's going to be kitchen oriented, and I've got some farm business type books right at the top shelf here because that's business oriented. So this is office and this is kitchen, you know. So, oh, and I got to figure out where to put. Let me see if I can reach it. If I stand up, I don't know if I can get up out of this chair. Hold on a sec. Oh, here we go. Yeah, back down again. Okay. When Dizzy was here, she brought me this. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to hang this. Um, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put it by the door or maybe after I move the refrigerator, hang it over there. I'm just not sure, but I am looking very forward to putting this up. So, um, anything is, that should be a goat, not a cow, but that's all right. So, and it's like fresh local honey. I wish, I love the the beekeeping channels. I just love watching the beekeepers. Um, bees are fascinating, but I will probably never have bees because it's a lot of work, and the honey supers are really heavy. I watch them and they're lifting and groaning. It's like, oh, that's heavy. It's like, you know what? I don't need to be getting into that. Um, I don't use that much honey. I keep it on hand. I have honey, and I buy local honey, but I don't use that much of it. So, I mean, I love seeing the honeybees when they come to visit here, and I would encourage them to, and I try to be very careful. I don't want to hurt them or anything. If I see one resting, I've seen a couple resting when it's been like um, a chilly day or something like that, and I'm very careful with them. In the spring before all the pollen comes out, they get into my layer mash because it has the powder and it's high in protein, and that's what they're looking for. So I know that because I ask questions on the beef channels. Um, And so I'll leave some of that layer mash out for the bees. You know, I said, have at it, guys. Have as much as you want. Um, but I probably will not, unless a beekeeper wants to keep honey, wants to keep a hive or two on my property, which I can't see because the only thing that really I have flowering here right now is just trees. Um, and I do have quite a few flowering trees around. I got red buds, I got dogwoods. I don't know if the bees go into the dogwoods or not. And of course, I got the chestnut and the elderberry. Yeah, elderberry, and I've got the huckleberry. Um, those are the ones I know about. And of course, I guess black walnut. I don't know if they attract bees or not. But there's lots of trees around here that flower. Even though I don't really have an orchard, I don't have any orchard type trees. I have the one we think it's a crabapple, um, but it's too tall for me to identify for sure. It's an older tree. It's been around a while, so I would love to have an apple tree or two. But it's just one of those things I just haven't gotten around to. So, but anyway, I probably really should get off of here. I got to get hay for Billy. I'm going to have to make an adjustment tonight because this is the first night with the time change. I change my schedule. I don't change the animal schedule. The animal schedule is by the sun. Um, I let them out when the sun is up. I put them away when the sun gets down at the top of the ridge. Um, that's when I put them away, and they're all in that routine. They know when it's time for me to put them away. So yesterday it was around 6 o'clock that they got put away. Today it'll probably be around 5 o'clock. So we go from having dinner early so that I can take care of animals after dinner to having dinner late so I can put animals away before dinner. So what I generally do is I have something that I can put in the oven, and then just as I put that in, then I go and take care of the animal chores, and then it should be ready by the time we get back. Um, when my son was here, I sometimes I would get him to do something because he didn't do that much. He did a little bit. Like I think his main thing was to feed the goats. I didn't ask him to do anything else. He just fed the goats. So he would feed the goats, and he would come in, and I could get him to do, put something in the oven or what have you. He would do some stuff for me. But he's not here anymore. He's up in Canada. He's doing good, by the way. Um, so it's just my husband and I. And my husband's been coming out and helping with chores. Um, he does a little bit anyway. Um, and so we just got to keep it simple. That's all. Um, and it's just an adjustment. So this is where today will be an adjustment for us, not necessarily for the animals. And it means I milk an hour earlier in the morning and an hour earlier at night. Um, so that's what Daisy's used to, and it goes by the sun for the animals because they don't have clocks. Animals don't have clocks. They have internal clocks. They know what the position of the sun is. So, and sometimes if it's a cloudy, miserable day, they'll congregate and they'll want to get put away early. And you just kind of tell. So anyway, enough rambling. I've done enough rambling. I gotta do hay for Billy, and I gotta see if I'm going to get into this afternoon or not. I'm not sure. I might. It's fairly easy. It's just a matter of getting it done, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. This is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. I'm trying to remember to do that because not everybody knows who I am, right? So, anyway, talk to y'all later. Have a good one.